Look at about 4 or 5 different stocks that you like, stuff that you probably use every day. If people know they can come to your OnlyFans and learn how to produce a track, they're gonna subscribe. Do this for years. This is long term.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's been a lot going on. I mean, it's 2025. We got a new president. Well, I guess you say he's new. Well, was the president, lost, and came back to be the president again, and Donald Trump. And I've been seeing a lot of mixed, it's always, no matter what president, mixed views on it. People using scare tactics. Oh my God, he's going to ruin the country. They said the same thing about Biden, said the same thing about Barack Obama. It's always some scare tactics, right? No matter who's the president, I believe we're going to be just fine, right? But it's a lot that I've been taking in lately. This election, no, before the election, this didn't really change my thought process. Change my thought. I'm a be straight up. I don't like Donald Trump. I really don't like the man. But what's weird is I believe the right person won. And I know you're thinking, what if you don't like him? How can you believe the right person won? I just believe the right person won. And I feel like I can separate that. I can say I don't like you, but I can say, some of the policies and stuff you're talking about, I can work with that. I'm rolling with that. I don't have to like you to agree that you're making some sense on some stuff. This is how I'm looking at it now. And I used to look at people like, if you voted for Donald Trump, you must be racist. Or if you voted for Donald Trump, but I had to stop and think. You can't. Now, do I believe it's a lot of racism in there or whatever? He may even be racist. I don't know, really. But I had to separate all that because if I'm too busy worried about that, I can't see what's good for me. Sometimes the person that's delivering the message, you don't like that person, so you don't get the message. And lately, I've been talking to people about politics, something that we really shouldn't talk about. Well, no, you got to talk about it. It don't always go in your favor, and sometimes it's a little bit aggravating, right? And I'm finna break everything down to you, and I hope I can make some sense. For one, I think everybody should register as some independents. Don't register as Democrat. Don't register as Republican. Register as an independent. I can't tell you how to vote. Just register as an independent. Because then people don't know. Some people are easily persuaded. All right? And I'm not one of those people. Maybe I was at a time, but I'm not right now. And I've been telling people that the Democrats and the Republicans, they remind me of most people's parents. The Democrats are like the mother. She's nurturing. She wants to give you everything. She wants to help even when you don't need help. You fall down, give you a Band-Aid. And the Republicans are like the father. The father, like, I bought you the car, you got to buy your own gas. You know what I'm saying? Like, just being real tough with you because he knows that if he keep trying to give you stuff, if he keep trying to take care of you every single way, you're going to become dependent. You're going to become dependent. And so this is how I'm looking at things now. Maybe because some personal stuff in my life and people that's around me that I care about. And I'm just feeling like some people are becoming too dependent on the government. Which is insane because you'll have one moment people yelling, the government's in our life too much. And then you'll have, oh my God, the Republicans are trying to take these programs away. Like, do you want the government in your life or do you want them in your life? It's like, if it's beneficial to you, it must be right. But if it don't seem like it benefits you, it's terrible. Like, so I have to stop back and think. If one party is always trying to just agree with everything, just to get your votes, trying to give you everything, give you help with everything, whether it's a medical card, whether it's food stamps, whether it's, all these type of programs, they just keep trying to give it to you, give it to you, give it to me. And I used to think they was helping us. Oh, they care about us. They trying to help us. But the older I get and the more knowledge I get, the more people I meet and have diverse conversations, I start to say, all my life I've been thinking that the Republicans are just trying to take everything from us and the Democrats are trying to help us with everything. Now I'm thinking the Republicans been trying to help us and the Democrats been making us dependent. They just keep giving us stuff that we didn't earn, stuff that we don't deserve. Well, I ain't gonna say don't deserve. That's just taking it too far. Stuff that we didn't earn, stuff that's not ours. You only supposed to help a person till they get on their feet. If you're giving them something and they make it a lifestyle, it's like recently, I don't even know how true it is, but I'm gonna say it, but don't hold me on it. Recently, some people was like, oh, Donald Trump's supposed to be trying to stop Section 8. And people were like upset. And I'm like, I'm a realist. I'm like, why are they upset? Because, my thought process has changed over the years. Why are these people upset? And it's because they've been getting that help for so long. Section 8 was meant to help you get on your feet. And I don't know how many years you need to get on your feet or whatever. But if you've been living in Section 8, 8 years, 7, 10 years, at some point you're like, whoa, how many years do you need to get on your feet? Then it becomes dependent. You've been living, and I've heard some people say, well, she has children. Yeah, guys are on Section 8 too, but it's majority women. She has children. She needs help. Yes, but the government didn't have the kids with her. Well, the father left or whatever happened. He's in jail. You're still saying it's the government's fault or the government should pick. Listen, we can go on and on and on, and it's still the government didn't put her in that situation. So I have to ask myself, your first child, this is what I think is fair. I think, say you have a child by a man and he's a dirtbag or whatever he is, or it just didn't work with y'all. And y'all separate and he doesn't help you, right? I think the government should say, hey, she wasn't expecting this. This is something that just came out the blue. Let's help her. I don't care if you was a nurse or whatever. I believe the government says, hey, listen, this is your first child. There's no way you would have known you was going to be a single parent. There's no way you could have known that. I think the government should step in and say, I'll give you some help. Here's a certain amount of food stamps. We'll help you with your electric bill. Don't help with everything, but just help, give it a little light, because if you was no different than, we ain't gonna talk about child support, but no different than if the father was in your life, the father is not supposed to take care of you. He's just supposed to give you assistance so y'all both can take care of the kid. So if he's gone and the government's coming to help you, I don't think they should take care of you. I think they should come in and assist you. Just help you. But I think the help should only last for about 2 to 3 years. And then it's like, okay, you on your own. Oh, she still has a kid. It doesn't make a difference. That's like asking a stranger to give you help with your kid. They don't owe you that help, right? And then there's another level. She has 2 kids. Did she know it was tough after the first kid? Did she know it was tough after the second kid? If you keep on having kids, you can't blame the government for not giving you food stamps or whatever. So I'm not saying people don't need help. I'm saying at what point do you take responsibility and say, Man, it's tough raising this one kid. How about not having another one, right? Even if you never have another kid, it's still not the government's job to take care of your kid. But the government has came, well, I'm gonna say the Democrats have came, started helping and never stopped to help. They never stopped. Kept going to the point now all of a sudden you need help with something else, help with something else, help with something else. Okay, enough is enough. If you know you can get help, you're gonna keep on doing it. You're not gonna try harder. Why would you try harder, right? So when I hear the rumor that Donald Trump might be cutting off Section 8, I'm like, good. Because if you've been on it more than 2-3 years, that should have been the help, and you can get back on your feet and start doing what you got to do. Shouldn't make it a lifestyle. If they're going to cut welfare, food stamps, good. It shouldn't be a lifestyle. You should get help, and then they should take you off of it. That's why when Trump started talking about cutting all these programs or whatever, and everybody was all mad, I'm like, what the? They're acting like this is old to them. They're acting dependent. Like this is mine. They're trying to take all our programs. This is where I blame the Democrats. The Democrats have just been giving help left and right. And the help lasts forever. If you're gonna help me, okay, don't make me dependent. Don't keep giving me stuff that I can't afford to maintain without help. Like some of the programs, let's see, whether it's metropolitan, low-income housing, or just Section 8. I mean, I know it sounds like the same thing, but it's a little different. This is what I don't even like about that program. You'll help a person, meaning the government. They'll help a person. The person starts feeling good about themselves, and they are working overtime. They doing their thing because now they in a good situation. And then they come up with their review. The government would threaten them. Hey, you working too much. You making too much money. We're going to cut you off. And the person knows that they can't keep that house that the government is helping them with without the government's help. What do you think they're going to do? They're going to stop working so much. Then they stuck in that system. You would think the government will reward them. You're doing good. Keep doing your thing. Because if you only, let's just say if they tell them you only allowed to be on welfare, let's say 4 years. That person should be able to ball hard, go work, do all the overtime they want to for that 4 years. We kicking you off anyway. That'll give them some time to really get, because that first year they probably doing catch up because they've been behind, whatever. That second year they getting their feet, they're getting where they need to go. They got a car, a running car. They taking care of their kid or whatever. By the third year they into the groove. They just putting up money or whatever. By the fourth year, bam, they don't need welfare no more. They don't need it. Now, unless you a veteran that's been wounded or whatever, or unless you're elderly, like 60 and older, I would say don't even fill out an application. Don't even fill out an application for welfare. You in your 20s, don't fill it out. Unless we in that bracket, you just had a kid, you in your 20s, that's your first child, we're going to help you for 2 or 3 years. Because you didn't plan on being a single parent. Whether it's a man or whether it's a woman. You didn't plan on being a single parent. We're going to help you 2 to 3 years, get on up out of here, right? So this is where when Donald Trump, I'm saying Donald Trump, but he's the head of the party. So when they start talking about cutting all these programs and all that, this is why I didn't see nothing wrong with it. And I'm looking like people are so used to getting all this free help and all that they're upset. They like, the Republicans are like evil people. And I'm like, these are the people trying to help you. I didn't always think that. Don't get me wrong. But now I'm feeling it like these are the people who was always trying to help us. These are the people who was always trying to help us. Well, we didn't like them because they wasn't giving us nothing. They were trying to make us work for it. They was trying to make us stand on our own. It's almost like the mother and the father breaking up and the kid hates the father because he's not in the household. And the mother gives the kid, I ain't gonna say whatever they want, but they baby him. And they grow up being terrible, not all the time, but they baby him. And they hate the father because he's trying to put his feet down. Instead of listening to the father, they just go talk to the mom, and the mom like, well, he doesn't want to see you right now. He's mad at you. Like the child's supposed to have a choice. So this is what's going on. And it's 2025. I mean, we didn't went past the Super Bowl, everything. And I hadn't been posting nothing on YouTube because it's been so much on my mind, dealing with my issues in life and everything. And I said, let me post something because I'm starting to feel a way. And people are playing these fear games, trying to scare you to not to like a person. Don't get me wrong, you don't got to scare me not to like Trump. I don't like Trump. I'm not saying I like Trump. I'm saying I like what he's doing. I don't have to like him to like what he's doing. You know what I mean? So this is where I'm at with that. I'm starting to wake up. They say they don't like the woke. Well, I'm woke. And I'm going to tell you what made me wake up. When the Democrats were pushing that transgender stuff, I have people in my family that are gay. I love my family. But when you start messing with kids, like putting transgender books for kids in the school, they don't even want religion and stuff in the school, but we can put transgender books. When you start talking to the kids without the parents' permissions, telling them that they may have been growing up in the wrong body and stuff, I'm like, well, no, this is not right. Once you're older, if your mom and your dad want to talk to you when you go home, but a teacher should not be able to be talking to a kid, telling them they might be in the wrong body. That's when I start questioning everything the Democrats was doing. Maybe if they wouldn't have did that, I probably would still been like, yeah, they here for us. They trying to help us. They started doing that. I'm like, whoa. Like, you mean to tell me a kid that can't even get a tattoo, not old enough to buy a gun, not old enough to drink liquor, not old enough to do tobacco, they can decide what sex they want to be? And then if you say something about it, oh, you're transphobic. Because I don't agree with kids making that type of decision. You know how many kids tell their parents they want to do something? Oh, I want to play football. Then next year, I want to play baseball. Next year, I want to do track. And every other year, they're changing their mind because they just see something somebody else doing and they want to do it. And then when a kid turned 21, if you do change their sex or whatever, that's something they can't go back and change. Like, kids don't get to make grown-up decisions. Grown-ups can barely make grown-up decisions. So after they start doing stuff like that, I was like, I questioned everything. I'm like, why are we still fighting for stuff that Martin Luther King was talking about? Because at some point we got to realize the people that we think are for us are not for us. We're going around in circles. We're going around in circles. I told somebody, I said, do you understand why they tell people history repeats itself? History can only repeat itself if you treat the symptom and not take care of the problem. We've been dealing with the symptom for so long that the problem don't even seem like a problem. And this is why things keep on repeating itself, because we never deal with the problems. And it seemed like Donald Trump and his team, they trying to deal with the problems. They coming in and see where the money at. Where all this money going? Let's do this. Oh, what are you doing? Too late. It's too late. It's too late. Because whether you're a Democrat or Republican, you played a part in him being president. Yes, maybe we didn't like Kamala Harris and we didn't vote, or Trump didn't get no more votes than he got when he was going up against Biden. He got almost the same exact amount of votes. I mean, the number's a little different. So that means he didn't get no extra followers for real. The Democrats just didn't vote for Kamala Harris. So don't complain now. You didn't get out there and support her. You didn't vote. So your not voting is almost like voting for the winner. Donald Trump won. So all this complaining means nothing. It means nothing. Now what you need to do is sit back and see what he's going to do. Because all they can take him to court for everything they want to, but he learned after the first time. It takes years to get a president in court. So even if they do get him in court, he won't even be president no more. And he knows that. He only has 4 years to take care of everything. He came in that first day, had things jumping, was already running. But he knows this. So just going back and forth to court and complaining is not going to do nothing. Better start getting some stock. Better start getting some stuff put up, trying to own some businesses, because it's coming. Even once he's gone, another Republican or whatever going to come in, and they going to, probably even a Democrat, they going to see what he been doing, like, oh, that was working. They going to jump on it. Remember when they was talking about how, was it Bernie Sanders? When he was talking about, he's crazy, he's this. Oh, he's talking about $15 an hour. And soon as he lost, they start, free college. Oh, we can't do that. Soon as he lost, they start giving free college for 2-year colleges. The country was just fine. They told you he was crazy, but then they took his ideas when he was gone. In Tennessee, most of the year, I think it's the law still like $8 or something for minimum wage, but almost every job, the restaurants here, it's like paying like $14, $15 an hour. They telling you it'll mess up everything because they didn't want to give it. But here it is, everybody's $14, $15 an hour. In Tennessee, community colleges, you can go, if you get good grades in your last year of high school, you can go to community college free for your first 2 years if you keep your grades up. But when Bernie Sanders said it, he was crazy. That's all I'm saying. Pay attention. Pay attention. I eat knowledge for breakfast. I'm out.